All right, I've had a question that inspired me to make this video. The question is, what would your advice be to somebody who wants to start squatting every day? And the overarching kind of feeling that I have automatically is that you have to start slow. That is the number one thing I would advise you to think about. So start squatting every day, but stay the hell away from heavy weights, basically. I know I always say, squat to a daily maximum or a training maximum. I would even, go backwards a little bit. It needs to be a crisp, clean, single, no slowing down in the ascent at all. It needs to feel like it's too easy. That's what it needs to feel like. The bar speed, I've always said this, is your number one training variable or number one indicator of how training is going. The weight does not matter. Don't get twisted and start thinking, yesterday I hit 15, 20 kilos more. No, get out of that mentality. It needs to be crisp, smooth lifting. You need to take it slow, and you need to forget about the ego. The last thing you want to do is get injured. If you've never had such a high frequency of training, you need to take this advice on board even more. If you're somebody that's a novice or an early intermediate, think about this even more. You need to learn how to read your body every single day. I keep saying this over and over again. Most of my training sessions feel like I don't feel great. Honestly, like most of the training sessions I come in here, it's like, okay, I'm not feeling explosive, I'm not feeling fiery. Let's just touch the bar, go to a nice little weight, and call it a day. That is literally what my motivation is on most of those days. Some days I feel like, God damn, I feel so explosive today. On those days, I would do like a ATG squat pause. I title them ATG 180 pause or whatever I upload as a title. I could go maybe 190 or 200 on those days, but I still don't. I feel like I don't want to do that yet. I want to really master 180. I want to sit in the hall for like good three seconds and then just explode out. You guys can see, but the frequency of my pause reps, they don't happen all that often. So most of the days that you're going to be training, you're going to feel like you're just going through the motion. I think a lot of people, come from this perspective. You can't train every day. Squatting every day is too much because you don't feel great every single day, and that's true. That's absolutely true. Like I agree with those people. You're not going to feel amazing every single day. Counter argument to that is, if you wait for amazing days where you feel absolutely perfect, man, you're going to be training like 20 times a year. Honestly, if you're waiting for the days where you feel absolutely amazing, everything is just lined up, no stress, perfect food, perfect sleep, life's going great. If you're waiting for those days, you're going to have like 20 training sessions a year. My point is, come in even when you're feeling crap, do the best you can. You don't have to bust your balls. Come and touch the bar, practice your sport, get out. Nobody can argue with me that's a worse option than sitting on the couch. Number one, even like the doctor who knows nothing about training will say to you, movement every day, exercise every day is really great. So if walking on the beach or walking through the park with your girlfriend is really good, why isn't it good to squat every day? Why? That's low cardio, low intensity cardio. Why can't you do squatting as low intensity? People just think that every single time you get on the bar, you're going to go balls deep, training sessions. Nah, man. You can do whatever you want, man. You can train 5 times a day if you come in here and squat a single 60%. Nobody can tell me that that's not good. Nobody can tell me that. You are practicing a skill. You are continuously practicing a skill. That's all I'm saying to you, man. Strength is an expression of not just muscle, but also your nervous system. People have always said, I don't know where I read this, don't quote me on this, but we are basically using like 20% or 30% of our muscular capabilities. And what's holding us back? Well, basically it's evolution. The body doesn't allow the nervous system to fire the muscle fibers to an extent where you're tearing muscle, you're popping tendons off the bone, purely because of evolutionary, survival measures. We're a species that survived and has basically thrived in this planet because some of these mechanisms that we have inbuilt. So if you practice your nervous system over and over and over again with really boring weights, 60% weights, it's not sexy, it's not exciting, but what you're doing there, you are training the movement patterns over and over again. And so when you load the bar up, it's just automatic, man. There's no thinking about it, there's no cueing, there's nothing like that. People always say, What are the cues that you think about? Now, I don't think about jack shit, man. I just squat. Like, I do it every day, man. There's nothing to think about. You know what I mean? Like, I've done so many reps this last week. If you count all the freaking warm-up reps and all the single, like everything all together, this last week I've done shit ton of reps, man. Shit ton of reps. I basically do, off the top of my head, 50, 60 reps every single day. Or something like that. 50 reps every single day. Do you know what I mean? Times that by 7. That's a lot of reps, man. That's a lot of practice on the way. And that is the whole point. That is the whole reason why I squat every day, along with joint health and the rest of that. It's a nervous thing, you know. Us, you know, bros or muscle brains, we all think it's all about muscle. Nah, man. Strength sport has a lot of neuro aspect to it. It's not just brute strength. It's not just having whoever has the biggest engine wins. It's not like that. Skill is a big factor. So you need to start in slow. You need to think about practice. I've said this in the past. You need to start thinking about your training session as practicing. You're coming in to practice. You're not just chasing a pump. That is not the purpose of your training session. If you're bodybuilding, if you just want bigger legs, not a lot of you guys, but some of you guys have said, man, I haven't done jack shit for the last 10 years and my legs look bigger than his legs. That's cool, man, but my thing is not about big legs, man. My thing is about strength at a really, really nice way. That's my thing. And for that person, I asked them back, how much do you squat? You got bigger legs than me, but you can't squat as well as me. It's a different thing what you're chasing here. If you're into bodybuilding, then don't even, like, whatever, do whatever you want. Like, that's not my forte. But if you're interested in strength, if you're interested in becoming stronger with the squat, and then you can apply some bodybuilding parameters. I'm not saying you can't bodybuild on top of this, you can, but revisit your skill all the time. So if you're considering about walking to the beach every single day with your girlfriend or your partner, whoever that might be, you know, for general fitness and just cardio, why can't you come in here and squat really lightweight? Just go through the motions. It's going to take you 15 minutes. So that's my thing. Start slow, start practicing your movement, and stop thinking about damaging muscle as the key of your training session. That is my number one advice, and I think when you start getting into that kind of mind frame, everything else will just make sense to you. So when you're going and you hit the weight and 180 feels, or whatever weight feels kind of like, the bar slowed down kind of halfway up, call it quits there. That's cool, man. You're coming back tomorrow, man. You don't have to wait a week. It's not like you have to smash yourself that much, so you have plenty of damage there for the body to repair for the next week. You're coming back tomorrow. It's in the PM right now. You know, I just trained, so that means I've got, 10 hours? 10 hours, maybe 11 hours, something like that, until my next training session. So I'm training very, very soon. So I don't need to bust my balls today. But basically, that's the key message. Pace yourself, start really, really slow, think about practicing your movements, and everything fall into place. That's my number one advice to you guys. Remember, the key is longevity. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Don't get injured. Listen to your body. Your body is your ally, it's not your enemy. Cheers, guys. See you next one.